What if Steve Jobs designed Amsterdam? Amsterdam is one of the most unique cities ever built. Instead of streets, it has canals. Instead of highways, it has bicycles. And instead of glass skyscrapers, the city is filled with narrow houses that have barely changed for centuries. Most of the city's layout was designed during the Dutch Golden Age, when Amsterdam became one of the richest trading centers on Earth. It's beautiful, historic, almost timeless, but it was never designed for modern technology, which raises a fascinating question. What if this city had been designed by one of the most influential product designers in history? What if Amsterdam had been designed by Steve Jobs? Amsterdam's story begins in the 13th century. A simple dam was built across the Amstel River to control flooding and support a growing settlement. From that dam came the city's name, Amsterdam. Over the centuries, the Dutch faced a constant challenge. Water was everywhere. The land was marshy and unstable. Instead of fighting the water, they built around it. Engineers created an intricate network of canals that shaped the city's expansion. During the Dutch Golden Age, Amsterdam became one of the most powerful trading cities in the world. Ships arrived from Asia, Africa, and the Americas. Merchants grew wealthy, and the city expanded outward in a series of carefully planned canal rings. The canals served many purposes: transportation, defense, water management, commerce. Along their edges rose rows of tall, narrow houses. Their unusual proportions had a practical reason. Taxes were based on the width of the building facing the canal, so merchants built homes that were narrow but very tall. The result was a dense, elegant urban landscape that still defines the city today. Amsterdam feels different from most modern cities. It feels human. Everything is close, walkable, connected. Instead of wide highways and giant avenues, the city is built around smaller streets and bridges. Bicycles dominate everyday movement. Boats glide through the canals, and century-old architecture gives the city its unmistakable character. But the same historical design also creates limitations. The streets are narrow, infrastructure is difficult to modernize, and adapting the city to new technologies is often complicated. Amsterdam works beautifully, but it was never designed for the digital age, which makes the next idea even more interesting. What would happen if a modern design visionary had built it from the beginning? Few people reshaped modern design like Steve Jobs. Jobs didn't just build technology, he redefined how people interact with it. When Apple introduced the iPhone, it removed the physical keyboard and replaced it with a simple touch interface. The MacBook focused on clean lines, minimal ports, and seamless integration. Even the iPod followed the same philosophy: remove complexity, focus on the experience. Jobs believed great design meant eliminating everything that wasn't essential. Simplicity wasn't just aesthetic, it was functional. Now imagine applying that philosophy not to a device, but to an entire city. If Steve Jobs designed Amsterdam, the city would still embrace water, but the design would feel radically different. Architecture would shift toward minimalism. Buildings along the canals would be sleek and modern: glass, stone, clean geometric lines. Instead of decorative facades, the architecture would emphasize clarity and simplicity. The canals would remain central to the city's identity, but movement on the water would evolve. Silent electric boats could move autonomously through the canal system. Docking stations would operate automatically. Movement through the city would feel effortless. Bridges would be redesigned with elegant, minimal structures, thin, precise, almost invisible against the skyline. Mobility on land would also change. Bicycles would still dominate the streets, but they would be deeply integrated with technology. Smart routing systems, automated parking docks, navigation embedded into the infrastructure itself. Everything would feel connected, like a city operating as one integrated system.
and the most important technologies would remain invisible. Sensors embedded across the city would monitor traffic, energy use, and water levels. Public systems would adjust automatically. For jobs, technology should disappear behind the experience. You shouldn't notice the system, you should only notice how effortlessly everything works. So which version of Amsterdam would be better? The real city is full of imperfections. Buildings lean slightly after centuries of settling. Streets twist unpredictably. Infrastructure evolves slowly. But those imperfections create charm. The redesigned city would be different, cleaner, more efficient, more integrated, but perhaps also more controlled, more precise, and maybe less organic. One city reflects centuries of history. The other reflects the philosophy of modern design. Both beautiful, but in very different ways. Designers often believe the world can be improved by removing flaws, simplifying systems, creating cleaner structures, and sometimes they're right. But cities are not just systems, they're living environments shaped by time, history, chance, and human behavior. If Steve Jobs had designed Amsterdam, the result might be breathtaking, minimalist, elegant, efficient. But something subtle might be lost, because sometimes the imperfections of a place are exactly what make it unforgettable. And sometimes redesigning the world reveals more about us than about the world.
If you enjoyed exploring this alternate reality, don't forget to support the channel. Leave a like, subscribe to Redesigned World, and share this video with someone who loves cities, design, and big ideas. And tell us in the comments, which city should we redesign next? Because in this channel, we don't just look at the world as it is, we imagine what it could become. See you in the next episode.